Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, Tom, Chanley, Gabe, Catherine, Gabriel, okay, Catherine, and Gilda.
Yes.
So glad you're here. So this is a little off to the side, but anyway, I'm going to say it. Thank you, Brady, because when I gave my icebreaker, I talked about I'm kind of obsessed with the truth, but when I look in the mirror, sometimes I'm not so obsessed with it. But I had a professor in college say, people respond to the challenge. And after I said, I've hung on to that in my life, but Brady was saying, people don't always respond to the challenge. And I appreciate that because I thought about that. I thought, if you have a disability or you're not willing, then some people don't. So there you go. So with that, I am happy to be Toastmaster of the day, and I would like to introduce honored Ellie, who's going to give us the club mission and inspiration.
Yay, Ellie! You can follow through this one, okay? Our club mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I'd like to read also the Toastmasters international values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. I'm supposed to give inspiration, and thank you for lending this to me. My God, I wish I could give all the inspirations in here, but I picked up two great quotes from great women. Who knows Maya Angelou? Courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you cannot practice any other virtue consistently. You can practice any virtue erratically, but nothing consistently without courage. Right. Okay, then I want to read all of them at another time. Next is from Audrey Hepburn. Oh, you know that, the actress. Living is like tearing through a museum. Not until later do you really start absorbing what you saw, thinking about it, looking it up in a book, and remembering, because you can't take it all in at once. That's it.
Okay, to have a great meeting, we have a lot of supporting roles, and one of those supporting roles is the timer. So Helen, could you let us know a little bit about what the timer does for Toastmasters?
We don't have the speech, so I am going to be timing all the speeches, and for the table topic speech is between 1 to 2 minutes, and whenever, and the regular speech is between 5 to 7 minutes, and the evaluation is between 2 to 3 minutes. So when you see a green card, you're in good hands. When you see a yellow card, you should be wrapping it up. When you see a red card, you have 30 seconds to wrap it up before you're disqualified to be voted on. And yeah, that's all. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Alex. So the next supporting role is the AHA counter. Ellie, could you let us know about that?
Greetings, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. The purpose of the app counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for the filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
So the third supporting role is the grammarian, and Brady is going to be our grammarian tonight.
Yay,
So
Brady!
Hey, Brady! Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen to the words you use, and mark any outstanding quotes, sayings, or thoughts. And as the grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is beguile. I want to try something in the spirit of owning the role. We always forget the word of the day. So can everyone repeat this word with me? Beguile.
Beguile.
Everyone needs to say this today.
Okay.
Okay. What does beguile mean?
Don't know.
It means to mislead by cheating or tricking. Okay.
Wow.
And here's an example. This is something I come across quite a bit in my life. The salesman beguiled the young man into buying a faulty car.
Oh, no.
I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting, and I'll also report on the usage of the word of the day. Easy win, everyone. Just say this word when you speak.
Beguile.
Thank you.
So to beguile you all, the vote counter is the first supporting role. No, last but not least, the vote counter will be Julie. Julie, would you like to let us know what the vote counter does?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. I do not have a speech in front of me to tell you what the vote counter is. It's pretty simple. You'll all be voting for the best speaker, the best topics, person that speaks the best on the tabletop topics, and evaluators. Who's the best evaluator? You'll give the votes to me. I will tally them up, and they'll be counted. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Julie. And now it's my pleasure, Joanne. We started getting acquainted, and it's my pleasure to introduce you as the table topics master. So she's going to come up and lead us in our table topics.
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest. My name is Joanne with E, so it's missing on the agenda.
Thank you for voting.
I'll be your table topic master today. And these are impromptu speeches. This is where we get these surprises, or blind box, that I prepared for you guys. So I'm going to use the TV over there.
Fancy with the
And
TV.
big shout out to Taffy to helping me with the technology.
It's not sleeping.
Yeah, it was on before, so let me try one more time. It's gonna be the remote control.
I think the TV was there, but let me put it on.
Guile is like cunning.
Yeah, I think it's.
But to beguile is like to use cunning.
I think it goes to sleep. The TV goes
You can be beguiled
Evaluation
like
is
cunning,
2 to 3
but to
minutes.
beguile someone
Yeah,
And then prepare.
yeah.
maliciously.
It doesn't need it now. They don't need it? No. Okay.
I take offense to that.
We'll put it in the chat.
Okay, yay. All right, it's working. Everybody say yay.
Nice job.
Wow, is awesome.
So I think we talk about the timer. So green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. So not to beguile you all, I prepared 6 blind box for you guys to open. Who want to be the first person?
Open the box.
Ready? Would you like to
Oh,
try?
geez, I would love to. Yeah.
All right. So I'll be your.
Get the dog, man.
Yeah. Pick one.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. Pick one.
I'm definitely gonna
picture.
pick that dog.
Pick this dog.
Dog. Okay. It's not a touch screen, but I will do it.
Very close.
Okay, interesting. This is a good one. So, if your pet could talk for one day, what would they say to you? If my pet could talk to me for one day, what would they say to you? Well, I have 3 pets. I have Hank, Sally, and Buddy. They would all have the same thing that they'd say to me. They'd say something to the effect of like, "Give me more. Give me kisses, give me cuddles." I'm like a super dog person, by the way. Sleep in the bed, head level. Sometimes I fall off the bed. What my animals would never say to me, none of my dogs would ever say, "You beguiled us," in any sort of way. We have a very straight relationship. They are really talkative. They communicate loudly anyway. I don't think much would be different if they could speak, because we're just on a level, you know? When he needs to go out, he scratches the door. When I don't make eye contact, he cries. So I think there's nothing my dog would say to me that he doesn't communicate to me already. And that's really it. I wish I had more.
I'm also a huge dog person. I have a Yorkie. He's a 13, but he doesn't like eye contact. So I wish he can be like your dog. All right, I think Rika. I think you raise your hand.
Warm up. You better
I
warm up.
did it by mistake.
Oh no!
Warm up.
And you can also choose a question that's already being open. So, but you can feel free to pick it. The sushi.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What's your ultimate comfort food and why? What's my ultimate comfort food and why? It's definitely sushi. Yes. I never comfort food. Yes. Raw fish. That's why I worked in Japanese restaurant, sushi restaurant before. I could get to eat free sushi in the Japanese restaurant. So in United States, especially here, sushi is expensive. So that's one of the advantage, free food from the restaurant. And sushi is healthy and delicious. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Rika. My first job is also working at a Japanese restaurant as a waitress. Really good tips and also free food. All right.
How many more you need?
I need. Do we have time for 2 more? 3 more. Sorry, what's your lady next to Joy? Chanley, would you like to open one?
Can I do the journal?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
perfect.
Okay. My very first job was being an immigration attorney for ICE. And it was a very tough job, pretty toxic work environment. And what I learned from it at a very high cost to my health, chronic pain, paralysis in my arm, and basically my entire self-esteem destroyed, is that no job is worth my health. And then from there came a whole decade of chronic pain with the back and forth, the stress pain cycle of treatment that would help a little bit, all the physical things, physical therapy, occupational therapy, biofeedback, acupuncture, chiropractic, you name it, I tried it until I finally realized My pain has an emotional root, and after learning a protocol that I have called now rage journaling, I overcame a whole decade of chronic pain in just 4 weeks of journaling. And although I've journaled for decades, I'd never written in this way before. It is a form of truth-telling and allowing yourself to face the subconscious rage that you've repressed over your whole life, and to be able to have your words and your anger and all your emotions witnessed and be contained in a journal. Emotional blocks, to reclaiming your voice and to feel like yourself again. Thank you.
Wow, what a powerful speech. Within 2 minutes, I've learned just wisdom from Shenli. So thank you for that. I think we have time for one more person.
I'm being voluntold.
We all do. Okay. Anything looks interesting to you?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll do this kid with the snow.
Kid, okay. This is actually my favorite
Or
one.
powdered sugar.
If you could relive one day from your past, which would it be? There's so many, to be honest. I feel like if I chose the birth of my son, then I'm not choosing the birth of my daughter. So I have to just remove those because that's not fair. I would say it was my wedding day. I've been married for 7 years. I married a girl from Wyoming. Her name's Karina. So that means she had moved to the state of California all the way from Wyoming. She lived the dream. She packed her bags. She moved with her best friend, and they moved to the most exotic place on the map, a city known as El Monte. Yes, culture shock, to say the least. And we met through, she bought a Groupon that my gym was running. So I tell people I met my wife through Groupon. I got her on Groupon. She doesn't like that joke, but I tell it anyways. And our wedding was in Camarillo. It was the most amazing day of my life. And I got the best advice from a really good friend of mine who's also a pastor. He said, pretend you're taking snapshots of the day in your mind, and one of those will stick. And sure enough, I can still see it right now. The veil is over her face. Her eyelashes are gorgeous, and she looks up at me. And that's just the best day and snapshot that lives rent-free in my head. So that is the best day I would relive. Yeah.
That was really beautiful. Thank you everyone for participating. I'll save the last 2 questions maybe for next one.
Wow, that was awesome.
I'm gonna give a timers report. Brady, 1 minute 4 seconds. Rika, 1 minute. Jeannie, 1 minute 30 seconds. Gabe, 1 minute 26 seconds. Everybody qualifies to be voted on, and would you please vote? Okay. And pass it to Judy. Oh, Chenzi, sorry, Chen-Li.
So again, the names are Brady, Chan-Li, Gabriel, and who else? And Rika.
Good.
Do we get a vote? Oh. There you go.
The lady in the blonde hair.
I'll pen it to the presentation.
Oh, and by the way, there's stickers on the table here that you can take for your water bottle. That's from Chen.
What was the gentleman's name?
Gabe, yes.
You guys want some more? Here's some more free stuff. Spread the wealth.
Spread the wealth, spread the wealth.
Just pass it
Yeah, the
down.
7-year-old.
No counters.
You have orders, and thank you for your patience. We're going to have our first speaker, Carlos, who's going to give us his icebreaker.
Yeah, Carlos!
I learned that Carlos has a love of history, and the title of his icebreaker is My Passion.
Nice.
Fellow Toastmasters, I'm Carlos Ipadilla. much like I heard earlier, a culture shock of a monte. And I grew up in a little village not too far from here, east of that, called Pomona. And my grandfather was a pastor of a church he founded in Ensenada, Mexico, in 1971. So Christian upbringing, the Bible is probably the first thing that really stems that love for history. For whatever reason, my mom, keeping me out of trouble, bought me Bible movies, some where these kids travel back in time to look through Bible history. So for whatever reason, that kind of started that part of it. To go forward, my mother, in the beginning of her career, did taxes from our living room.
Wow, so there's a lot of connections.
So the living room tax office is where it started. My friends would come through from elementary school, from different places. Like, what are you doing in my house? Like, we don't know, it's boring, but a few months later, we all get new shoes. So, so whatever the reason, as I grew, I understood what she started doing before she opened her actual office. Fast forward in high school, I went to a business program that got started by Merrill Lynch in Southern California, Edison, and it was to bring kids from inner cities in different cities everywhere, from Beverly Hills to the most dangerous parts of South Central, to come together on 5 campuses to study business and study leadership.
Wow.
So we got a chance in that program to meet venture capitalists and a lot of different people in business, to say that the history of taxes, the Bible, and business, for whatever reason, helped me culminate it and put it together.
Wow.
And the passion I have for example, playing Monopoly is something that I learned that 1035 and 1031 tax deferred exchanges, there's a whole list ranging from 31 to about 37 for different things, means that in the game of Monopoly, you work your way up to 4 green houses and you transfer that into a hotel. It's a tax strategy and form that some of those people I met through that program made themselves super wealthy. All to say that the history of the Bible, Christ's experience and being forced to pay taxes, sending his apostle out to go pay it, is something for me, for whatever reason, it just rang really strong as far as history, business, and what it does to the world in general. To bring all that back to what I do now, keeping these things in mind, I plan for those things for people, businesses, and individual families. So it's something that I love because I tie it all back to the history of humanity, the world, and how it all comes back to money, taxes, and in this case, they say what death is something that's definitely a personal history. So that's pretty much it. My passion for history, in seeing how it's moved everything from Egypt to the United States to all the countries in the world, is the only topic that I brought up to talk about. So thank you, fellow Toastmasters, and on to the main event.
All right.
Wow.
Our next speaker is going to be Reka.
Oh,
And
Owen?
She's pushing Owen first.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Your show.
yeah.
I mean, if you want me to go?
Okay. So we will we'll go with Owen, and I spoke with Owen. I understand he likes to play the electric guitar. So that's it.
Do you?
Yeah. And so Owen is also the past president of Toastmasters, and it's my pleasure to welcome him up. His speech is the virtue of hate speech.
Hate speech.
Thank you.
Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Last month I gave a speech called Hate Speech is Free Speech. It ruffled a little feathers, But I want to give another speech to fulfill my pathway to give a follow-up on what I meant by hate speech. So this is the virtue of hate speech. So as you know, hate speech is not very pleasant to hear. People are saying all sorts of awful things about you, lots of vitriol, lots of emotion. But what if I were to tell you that actually dealing with hate speech can build your character and make you more virtuous? Because there is a method and a madness when you actually sit down and get to understand where someone's coming from by hearing their hate speech. So there's 3 steps that you can more or less see how you can go about evaluating hate speech. The first is open-mindedness. Now, one has to understand that hate is an emotion. When someone is hating someone, it's not because there's some logical reason behind it, but it's an emotional experience that they've had. So when hate is an emotion, it's trying to express something that often isn't heard. And that expression is used with loud, abrasive language. When you have an open mind and you understand that hate is an emotion, you can then tap into what exactly they're trying to say and understand that the veracity and the hatred with which they're saying it expresses the seriousness of the message. And when one does that, they can understand how to evaluate that speech and help that person to be understood and be heard. So that's the first step, is to be open-minded, to understand that, we all have our perspectives, but we go ahead and articulate it in a certain fashion given the fact that most of the time we're ignoring. The second is that we have to understand that we must never take an insult personally. Now, going back to hate is an emotion. And when you are hearing someone is insulting you with their hate speech, you must not have any hatred back to them, but you must have compassion for them. Because when a person is hateful, they are trapped in this darkness that they themselves cannot see. Because hate is the thing that destroys everything around it. When a person is emotional, for example, they are more or less saying to themselves that they do not want to take responsibility for their life and their decisions. Because you can only make decisions properly with logic and reasoning. So there's either 2 steps they're going to go down. It's either they're not going to have responsibility for their life if they continue to be emotional with their hate speech, or they might not have a life at all. The road they go down with their hatred leads them nowhere. So instead of getting angry at the insult, you listen and try to understand and be compassionate and try to calm them down and say, there's no reason for you to be hateful. We can do this with reason, we can try to be understanding, but hate leads us nowhere. So that's another thing, is never taking an insult personally, because we know where that leads. It leads nowhere. And we have to help one another instead of sparring back and forth with insults. And then the third is that hate speech does in fact lead you to part of the truth that you oftentimes ignore. So this is going back to the point of open-mindedness. When we are living in a society, many times as us human beings, we are a bit closed-minded. We live in our own little world. So we are immune rather to other people's experiences and other people's pain and sorrow. Theodore Adorno, said that the condition of truth is to allow suffering to speak. When a person is suffering, they use hate speech in order to enunciate that suffering. So when you can hear their suffering, there's a part of the truth that you often don't get because we are immune from each other's experiences. So when we are understanding a person's hate speech, we can see very clearly that there's certain parts of the society or organization or what have you that we often just don't understand and we don't see ourselves. So it's a very good way to understand the whole picture rather than just having a one-dimensional view of what a particular issue is. So in closing, I believe that hate speech will lead us to be more virtuous if we use it properly. I think that if we can understand how to be open-minded, we can understand that we should never take an insult personally, and we can also understand that hate speech can lead us to part of the truth that we often ignore. This will make us better citizens in our country, and it will make us a better country as a whole.
Okay, our next speech is going to be Reka, and it is the name of the speech is Future Proofing of Your Business and Empowering Small Business. And Reka shared with me that she enjoys doing pottery. And
Yes.
you're a very kind woman. I always love it when I get to see you, so please welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. For tonight, my topic is future-proofing your business, turning financial strategy into a superpower. Quick show of hands. How many of you have ever looked at your business checking account and thought, wow, that's less than I expected? So yes, we've all had that uh-oh moment. But tonight, I want to talk about how to turn those moments into something powerful, how to future-proof your business so you're not just surviving, you're thriving, even when life throws you lemons, limes, and the whole fruit bucket. Bucket, yes. So the secret ingredient is financial resilience. Resilience isn't magic. It's not even luck. It's a plan. So it's the quiet strengths that let your business hum along when others are hitting panic buttons. So think of financial resilience like your emergency generator. So you don't think about it every day, but when the power goes out, who's smiling? You are. So to build that generator of stability, I coach business owners to focus on 3 key systems. One is cash flow and protection and continuity. So I'm going to talk about step 1, master your cash flow. So cash flow is the heartbeat of your business. And if it flatlines, well, you know what happens. Now imagine your cash flow like oxygen. Would you ever hold your breath for 90 days? Of course not. So here's your breathing exercise for business. I remember last time, Kelly did an actual exercise. So I'm gonna do money exercise today. Okay? So track every expense for 90 days. Yes, even that daily coffee habit. And second is build a 3 months emergency reserve, your business's financial oxygen tank. And 3 is talk to your vendors so you can negotiate either pay later or pay earlier, even less interest. Okay? So don't afraid, many of them are open to flexible terms. So smooth cash flow means freedom. Freedom to innovate, invest, and take bold steps without fear. So second step is protect your income and people. So let's play imagine if. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and cannot work for 6 months. What happens to your business? So protection is not about worrying. It's about removing worry. So this can include continuity plans and income protection, and maybe an overhead expense plan. Your way of saying, my business runs on more than just me. So the goal, keep your lights on, your people paid, and your clients confident. So next, third step is, the key thing is plan for succession early. Succession planning isn't just for CEOs in corner offices in Colorado Boulevard. It's about answering one question: what happens to my business when I take my next big step? Maybe that's a retirement, maybe that's a trip to Maui that never ends. So start by identifying your future leader or partner, which is sell or inherit your business. Second is documenting key process. No more secret passwords, only you know, which means leave records for your business. Third is getting your business valued, because your legacy deserves a price tag. The earlier you prepare, the smoother your next chapter will be. So beyond the numbers, purpose, and people, let's be honest, none of us started our business just to stare at spreadsheets. We did it because we had a vision of what we do. Future proofing is about the vision, protecting the dream so it continues to serve your family, your employees, and your community. Because the real return on investment is impact. So in closing, the message is be the architect of your own resilience. So my fellow business warriors, the next time you face uncertainty, remember this: you already have the tools, the mindsets, and the creativity to build something that lasts. Financial resilience isn't about surviving, it's about building your own peace of mind. So let's stop hoping the lights don't go out and start building your generators together. Thank you. Thank you, Becky.
Amazing, Ray. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was a home run.
Okay, so with that, I would like to turn it over to our general evaluator, Joy.
As the general evaluator of the meeting, it is my job to introduce the evaluators that will talk about the speeches that we just had. Also, so they're going to give a 2 to 3 minute evaluation, and then I will do a general evaluation for the meeting, how it ran, what were the strong points, and some suggestions. So our first evaluator is Eric, and Eric was the evaluator for Carlos's icebreaker speech. So Eric, if you'll please come up to the podium. Right?
For Owen. Yeah.
Oh, were you Owen? I'm sorry. I got all my. So Taffy was for Carlos. Thank you so much. Taffy.
Make sure I always over prepare from now on.
Thank you.
I always admire Taffy. I'm just going to give a little plug. Taffy is the CEO, as I told you, of Remax in La Mirada and over in West Covina. So I admire him very much. He has a very strong business expertise, and I just learned a lot from him. And
he actually has so much in common with the guy he's evaluating. It's
Yeah.
so crazy. I can't wait to hear it. Go ahead.
Fellow Toastmaster, honorable guests, welcome. I want to evaluate Carlos. He actually beguiled me with suit. I thought he's going to a wedding or a big party or a dancing club or something going on. You're looking good. And Carlos was here all the time with his notebook. You should be here. Open your hand. Like Owen, beautiful speech. He used his hand. He used his notebook here. So one thing I like to let you know that you should be using this platform and don't let anything hold your hand. Maybe a card, put it here or something, so at least it doesn't bother you. Because I was like looking at your hand here, and you're not almost here. So you have to own the whole speech. Also, beautiful speech about your family. I'd like to know a little bit more about your job, what you do, your sport. You like soccer, you don't like soccer, you like to go to church. Our favorite topic is, maybe a Bible study, give us a background. But awesome, clarity, we see you. We could hear you, your eye. You could been watching everybody and talking to everybody. Eye contact, just gesture, you use a little bit your hand, but your hand was a little bit on the side, so we like to see a little bit more over here. Audience awareness, everybody pay attention to you, what you were talking about, especially about your family. Comfortable, you're very comfortable here. Maybe just let go of that holding you back a little bit so you could use your hand a little bit more. We're very interested in your topic. Maybe talk about a little bit about your existing now, your job right now. We don't know exactly what you do as of today. So it's good to know if you are financial, if you are in the business, what type of business you run, so we could understand a little bit more as of you, who you are today. Yeah, in the past is good, but we'd like to know what you're doing as of right now. With that, your speech was good. We'd like to see more speeches. If you need help, we could help you. Maybe presentation. Rika did a good job with the presentation. We'd love to help you more and more for the future. But awesome job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taffy. That was a great evaluation. And then for our second speaker, that would be Owen. And then Eric is the one that did the evaluation with us. So Eric, please come up. How are you doing, Eric? Great. Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests today, for Owen's speech, I used this this evaluation form that I got, and it was very helpful. And it's some observations here. He started off very strong with strong opening statements. Got my attention right away with what he's talking about, where he's going with it, with the hate speech topic, and tied it in with some anecdotes. So I knew, and he also let us know there was a follow-up from his previous speech, similarly themed also. And so then he walks us through the main points, and with supporting points, and 2 or 3 supporting points, but it was very concise, very to the point, and he commanded the audience, and made effective eye contact, and he signaled that his speech was nearing the end, kind of like gave us a very good segue that this is winding down. So I would say that here's the scorecard that I came up with. For clarity, I would say that was a 5. For vocal variety, meaning, pitch and tone and so forth, not monotone, 5. Eye contact, 5. Gestures, 5, not excessive, about right, appropriate. Audience awareness, 5. Comfort level, 5. Interest, pretty good. I would say that's a topic that's kind of philosophical, but he managed to make it interesting for everybody to relate to. And he made it interesting and without belaboring the point. So I thought it was pretty good in that regard. So that's it. Thank you.
That was an excellent evaluation. Thank you for that. Nice job, Eric. Our final evaluator is going to be Reka did her presentation, and that's going to be by Grace Yang. Thank you.
I'm evaluating Rika, whose speech was called Future Proofing Your Business. And I would like to first say that I did not feel beguiled at all by this speech. I learned a lot about business resilience from Rika's speech. Was not tricked at all. I learned everything that I need to know about how to fortify my business. And I wanted to start by saying, I could really tell that you took the time to prepare for your speech. You did a great job. I feel like we could definitely see the improvement from when we first spoke till now. So great job. You started off with a really strong opener. It's always great to start off with a question to really engage the audience. And I think that your presentation was overall a masterclass in presentation. We have two great presentation makers in our midst, and you are one of them. I think that you had great imagery. It was super clear and easy to follow. You had number 1, number 2, number 3, and so the points that you were trying to get across were very easy to understand. And I thought that your use of language was also really great. I appreciated you incorporating metaphors that added like a layer of vivid imagery to your speech. Something that I really liked was when life throws you a whole fruit basket. I thought that was really funny. And then when you ended your speech by saying, well, you started your speech by talking about the generator, and you ended it by reiterating, this is how we're building our generator together. I thought that was really vivid imagery and really helped us understand what you were trying to get across. We're trying to build like a safe box for us, a generator to help us get going when things get tough. So I thought that was really great imagery. And I also thought your tone was really engaging. You spoke slowly, which before we might have heard you stumbling on your words, but today you were very clear in your intonation. You spoke very purposefully, and I thought it was a very great way to captivate your audience. Something that I think that you can work on is that although you had the great presentation that we were looking at, we also would love to see your eyes. I noticed that you did make your best effort to look up at us and try to engage us with your eye contact whenever you could, but it was kind of like flirting glances. we didn't really have your full eye contact that would really kind of capture our attention. And so that's something that you can work on. But overall, great speech, very organized, very well spoken. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Okay, so with that, I get to do like an overall. I'd like to ask for the timer report for all our prepared speeches.
I don't want to beguile you, but I missed Rika's when it first started, so it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so I added 2 minutes to that, so it's 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Owen is 5 minutes, and Carlos is 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And for the evaluations, Taffy's evaluation is 2 minutes and 44 seconds, Eric 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Grace 2 minutes and 50 seconds. All three evaluators qualify for time. I'm a little uncertain about the speeches. Owen, your speech is 5 minutes, and Carlos is 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and Rika is 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Were they all within their time limits? It's 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, okay, everybody qualify if it's 5 to 7 seconds.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you so much. Everybody qualifies.
So, thank you very much.
Please vote and pass it down to.
Okay, and then as you're voting, we're also gonna do the grammarian's report and what is it, Julie?
As the vote counter, if you're voting for, evaluating the stuff, you can just like put what you're voting for.
This is for the speeches, right?
Okay, so guys, so Julie's waiting for your votes right now.
I got no competition.
So, okay, can you just right here look up for a second? So we have 3 categories that you're voting in.
Beautiful people.
So, yeah, the prepared speeches. Can you record? Okay, and then the evaluators. So, you guys got those, and they're all qualified, so you could vote for any of those 6 people.
The only thing is, I thought icebreaker.
Yeah, icebreaker.
Icebreaker is off limits, so
Between
Carlos.
Owen
and Rika.
Between Rika and me and Rika.
Carlo
Okay,
is
so
the winner.
the only 2 votes you're doing for the best speaker of today is between Owen and Rika. Because Carlos's icebreaker is an automatic speech. So while we're doing that, we're gonna get all the votes tallied. Brady, would you give us your grammarian's report, please?
I would love to. Okay, this is Brady, your grammarian. Despite my best efforts asking everyone to say the word in the beginning, we start out very strong. Joanne, you hit it right out of the park. I was a bit rusty, but I did manage to say beguile, and then we just cratered. Just absolute collapse. Just gutted. Then Taffy, you came back, threw that out right out of the gate with the evaluators, throwing that beguiled out. Then we had a little dip with Eric, missed it. But then Grace came in, smacked it right there with that beguile. Nothing beguiling about it. Now, I have a couple different notes here. I want to start with you, Carlos. So I liked your Monopoly reference as a means to sort of tie everything together. You know, the Bible, history, taxes. I did feel a little bit like Taffy, like I was begging for more of that. Or like, where are we going to go with that, you know? But I liked it, and I thought there was definitely something there. You did the allusion to like death and taxes at some point. Mm-hmm. You said something about that. But yeah, again, I was overall wanting a little bit more. I didn't find, maybe for better or worse, no one said anything improper that I noted.
Nice.
That could just be a personal subjective thing, but everyone was in line with their no hate speech, right? Owen, you are just an incredible speaker. It's not just the way you speak and the way you hold yourself up there, but like you have a very organized mind. You're very clear with what you're trying to do. And you didn't even need a note. It was all like, if you had told me you were picked out of a crowd and asked to give that speech, as good as it was, I would have believed you. So just incredible, really well done. I did put some things down here, hate speech. I was writing quickly, but there was a point where you were kind of connecting hate speech. As a receiver of hate speech, it's actually a path of virtue for you. It's an opportunity almost to walk a virtuous life. I just thought that was an interesting and powerful thing to consider. There was a bunch more here, but it's getting very difficult to read my own handwriting, so I'll go on. Rika, wow. Just night and day, just absolutely night and day. I did take the video, I did send it to Helen right away.
Yes, thank you.
Like Grace, I had a lot of similar notes. I thought the way that you conducted yourself up there, you felt very sort of comfortable in your body. You were a little bit using this as a shield to hide behind a little bit, but it didn't necessarily hurt the presentation. Your imagery was amazing. Like, it's one thing to say things, but like you kept using colorful language and imagery that like connected. The generator, I wrote the generator a bunch of times. So it's like, resilience is a generator of stability. There when the power goes up, right? Resilience isn't luck, it's a plan, which I very much live by that, right? Cash flow breathing, it's like an exercise. There was tons of these little things that I thought were just really nice. And then again, you ended by going back to the beginning. You brought back that generator analogy, really well done. Now on to the general evaluators. Taffy, again, you hit the beguile right out of the park right away. Strong intro, loved it. You're always really good up there. You're comfortable in your own skin. I think you spoke for the group as far as like we wanted more Carlos there. You know, so next time I'll be a 30-minute speech maybe. But again, very taffy. Eric, very strong overview. You know, a lot of times we get these documents and these materials and we don't use them, but they're there for a reason, right? So I appreciated that you actually went through each thing, gave the grade, and gave an exposition on why you thought that grade was earned. Again, the only note on the grades was there could have been some 10s in there. I know they're not on the chart. We could have added some 5s, but no, again, like, especially when we're nervous or still green, like, use these systems. They're there to help, you know, and you did a really good job, you know, using the system to help. And then Grace, you know, I think you're sort of like the Michael Jordan of our group in some ways. Like, you know, not a good teammate, but really talented at it. No, I'm just kidding. No, Grace, you're extremely good, like, all the time. I think, like, every time I watch you speak, I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. Yeah, you did it really well again. You also have really good attention to detail. You know, when you're listening, you're actively listening, and you're able to call out, you know, the things that you're hearing, which I really do appreciate. I also think, I wrote this down, it is good to start with a question. I really like that, and I'm going to take that for myself. I also have you, Joy, but you're not done, so.
Oh, there's no more.
Yeah, but that's it.
The ahs and ums and all that good stuff. I thought today's meeting was excellent. I'm not being partial because I have guests and my husband here. I thought you guys did an amazing job. Everybody fulfilled their roles to the umpteenth. We started on time. I think that we welcomed the guests. I hope that they enjoyed their time here. I think we were substantially able to give. Yes, Owen.
I think with the odd count.
I would count.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. and she was so quiet over here. I didn't want to hear all the ahs and ums. I apologize. Let me backtrack for a few steps. We have Ellie Tolentino, who's our ah counter, who's going to tell us all the filler words that we use. Ellie, please come up.
Where do I begin?
Oh dear.
Okay, let's see. First, to our Toastmaster of the day, Scott. You got only one, so.
What?
Okay, okay. Brady.
Oh.
Okay, as a
Give it.
table topic speaker, you have only one, so. However, as a grammarian, you have 9
I was going to let
Okay.
just one sit there.
And then after that,
So long.
Chanli, you have only one but. Okay?
Nice.
Dave, 0.
Dave. Okay. A lot of people thought it was Dave, I think. So a lot of votes for Dave.
Speakers, Carlos, 1, so. Owen, 0. Wow! Reka is the winner for 1 10 so. I'll be changing my mind.
Thank you.
10 so.
You're the
And
winner.
Eric, you know, just one you know, and 1 so. And Grace, 0.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So as I was saying, the general evaluation meeting, I thought everybody stepped up to their role. So thank you very much. And sometimes when we get here, and Grace, thank you for helping fill in. Helen and Grace were pinch hitters. They came and visited me in the hospital. They, you know, Grace is always a support for Brady if he's busy at work printing agendas. But thank you, Brady, for printing the agendas. We're glad you're back. We missed you. So it's just a great team effort. I thought today's meeting was successful. Joanne, you really hit it out of the park. That was an awesome tabletop. Thank you.
Good innovation.
Yeah, and I like the innovation of us using technology more. Thanks to Owen who continued, or we do have a Zoom account. So we have a member, or a soon-to-be member, Sam. He's in Taiwan and he wanted to be part of this meeting. We didn't get it all up and running, but for future meetings, we're gonna just be much more technological and do Zoom and here. So for people who are out of the country and they still want to be part of the meeting. And I do value your time, so we're doing really good on time. We're almost done. The meetings are always from 7 to 8:30, so there's some time for socialization. With that being said, at the end of the year, and this is for Brady, we have a holiday end of the year Toastmasters toast party. We all do a toast. Everybody gets a chance to do a toast. And we do a white elephant gift exchange. So stay tuned for more details about that on our Telegram chat group, where Grace is going to do a Google potluck sign up and location to be determined. Ellie wants to let you know, and once you log on to your Toastmasters site, by the way, Joanne is a brand new off the lot member. She just joined us. And you know that we're starting to do the induction ceremony. So we're going to have a really good group of inductees in November. So that's going to be a smart thing. I have an officer pin for you. So we're going to have pins. So anybody who ever sees a Toastmaster pin on your lapel will be like, oh, what's that pin for? So wear it proudly because you earned it. And we're so proud to have you here. Our group keeps growing because we bring value. We respect your time. We have, what did you say that you liked about our group, Tom? It has what? Decorum, which he likes the organization of it. Eric described that he wanted to be part of it because it's a 501c nonprofit. Is that what you said?
No, 501c3.
Oh, sorry. See, I'm not the IRS person. 501c3.
Don't be careful, get audited.
I get audited. I know. I'm gonna be careful.
IRS anymore. I'm on you guys' side now.
He's a civilian now. He's a
I'm not a bad guy anymore.
No, but you know what's really cool about the group? You know, Catherine, you're asking what the secret sauce is. I think the secret sauce is by some magical formula, honestly, is that people in this group have commonalities that you don't even know, like history, Bible, taxes. I could put two people together right now. Owen, have you met Carlos? Carlos, have you met Owen?
We gotta keep those conversations.
History, Bible, taxes. He literally was a tax guy, loves the Bible, is connected to Taffy's Bible study, loves history, and Eric is also connected to the IRS. So it's like, so Joy, why is the group successful? Have you met Chan Lee? You know, have you met Gabriel? We're just this really intuitive, innate connection. So I don't know, there's something magical that happens in this room, in this little boardroom between 7 to 8:30 every other Monday night, every month. So I don't know, just that's the secret sauce is we all like each other and there's like a lot of common ground. I think that's what it is. And it is, thank you for your, go ahead. You're gonna say something? Oh, thank you for your participation this meeting. I'm going to ask Scott to help me. I need some people for the next meeting. Our next meeting is November 3rd. Yes. Yes. So November 3rd, I'm going to need some roles filled, so Scott's going to help me fill those roles in a second. And then vote counter, could you tell us, or can you give us the vote? And then we're going to present awards. Thank you. The one with the C, the first one? Table topics? The one with the C?
No, it's the count is right here.
You can help me pack this mine as much as I help you pack yours.
And then there's a tie.
Okay. So who breaks that, Tiny?
I don't know.
Well, I think we just do it like it is. Maybe give them both an award.
Okay, so.
Yeah. So the table topics.
Do we have our list, right?
Best table topics is Gail.
Wow, congratulations.
Great job, Gabe.
See how we did this.
Okay, right here. Is it okay if we put it on our Telegram channel?
Yeah.
You hold it.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Look over here. Cheese.
Yay.
Okay. And so for the speech, best speaker, drum roll. Oh.
So Owen, you can put in your pathways and want to certify it. This completes what level for you, Owen?
It's level 1, but
in a
I
different
actually
pathway.
want to give it to Reka.
Come on, Ray.
Oh, my favorite. It's Ray.
She just killed it. So
You have to
Yeah.
be former president.
Take a picture.
Right,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah,
you
yeah.
did it. Look at how far you've come. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, cheese.
You gotta put that picture on the bulletin board at church.
All right, and so best evaluator, Taffy and Grace, both of you need to
Both
come
of
up.
you. We have a two for it today. Yep.
Double star.
So I think I'm gonna let you guys hold this between each other. Take a picture.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay, and with that,
We have one more.
we
Grace
have
is
one
gonna
more. What am I thinking?
Grace is gonna give me one.
Excuse me.
Icebreaker.
Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is the ribbon you get because this is your icebreaker.
Yes.
Everybody stand up.
Please stand up, everybody.
Yay! Let me know when you're ready.
Yes. Okay. I want to invite Gilda and Gabe and Chan Lee to come up. Oh, welcome to Toastmaster.
Sneak attack.
Thank you for coming
And Gilda,
Gilda, why don't you guys all come together here?
are you okay with us putting on our Telegram channel? Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, cheese. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Okay.
Okay, with that, you wanted some help with roles for next,
For next week, next time.
for November the 3rd.
That's right. Yes.
That's right.